Yo, what's going on? So I seen this and I thought it was interesting. This is titled Sneako claps back at YourRage. I guess YourRage had reacted to the video of Sneako getting smacked walking down the street, and he might have felt some type of way about it. So let's go ahead and check this out, man. We are almost to 3,000 subscribers. We've been growing like crazy recently. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let's get it.
What's poppin', y'all? Sneako's clapping back at his former frenemy, YourRage.
YourRage talking about it. I texted him afterwards. As soon as I saw YourRage talk about this, I called his phone. I called him many times and he didn't respond to one. I texted him, he didn't respond to one message, because what he's doing is
I think that tells you where you stand with him.
Goofy, first off. Second, exactly why I got hit, because he's defending Jason the Ween, right? Jason the Ween says, bruh, maybe he put his hand too high, bruh. Chill, bruh. Put his hand too high. You know what YourRage did for his entire career on Kick? Put his hand too high. Goofy. So if I'm getting attacked, according to Jason, I got attacked and pepper sprayed, maced to my eye because my hand went too high and I made a joke that's too edgy for Jason the Ween. That's exactly, before YourRage started to do drag queen streams, I'm not even joking, this is what he does now. That's up to him, that's fine, poggers. I'm not disrespecting it. Before he started going to drag queen shows, he was putting his hand too high, making jokes that were so edgy, people like Jason the Ween would justify or laugh. I don't know if he's justifying or laugh about that stuff. But instead of attacking,
what does that have to do with the point that's being made? I don't get it.
Because I saw other people, there's other things happening. This could happen to you. If it happened to me, best believe it could happen to you too. All of you. Jason the Ween, YourRage.
So this was in response to YourRage's reaction and comments on Sneako being attacked while live streaming in New York City, and then being
no funny shit. You know, after really seeing this clip and like really internalizing it and shit, I'm gonna be honest, I did laugh when I initially saw it, because he and the reaction is on my YouTube channel. He got slapped in the face, but like, look at the way he's walking through the street. Like, you're like, nobody, it doesn't matter whether you're famous or not. You should not be on your phone like this, just walking down the street ever, especially in New York, right? But I like made a TikTok talking about the entire situation, because it was the Sneako circumstance, then it was the Marlon, then it was the Ice Spice. If you got like a name on social media and you're pulling in like 1 billion impressions across all of the internet, you need some type of security, especially with Sneako, because he's literally somebody that rage baits. He's contrarian. He tries to, you know, be edgy on the internet, and I'm not gonna apologize for the HH incident. I don't give a fuck. It's just a song. Well, you know, if you're going to offend people, it's going to come a point in time where they are going to try to test you, you know, because I'm not saying that it's a right thing. I'm just saying that's the world that we live in, unfortunately. So you have to have some type of security. Even if you're not edgy, you see people having security. Like, YourRage is not going to get caught because he walks around with security everywhere he goes. People on the internet are weird. They're stalkers, weird parasocials, all type of shit. You don't know people's intentions. And I think the common thing between all three of these guys is that Sneako just wanted to go and walk around New York, right? Marlon just wanted to go get some food at the chicken shop. Ice Spice wanted to just eat a McDouble at McDonald's. But guess what? Your old life, your normal life doesn't exist anymore. You can't be normal anymore, especially when you're on stream. You know what I'm saying? You got to kiss that shit goodbye and understand it's like, you have a name, you have a brand, and there's people that are willing to attach themselves to you under any circumstances, even if that means snuffing you in the middle of the street.
Maced.
Hey, man. Oh, and another thing. Hold on. Hey, Sneako, I seen you getting on Jason laughing. You can't get mad at Jason, bro. Because I remember when was it Senna and Emerald, or was it Valkyrie? I forgot. I'm sorry. But when they was getting stalked and harassed in IRL stream, you was laughing like crazy. When there was a crazy dead chasing them around, you was laughing. But when Jason laughed, is a problem because Jason laughed because he hit you? No, bro. Come on, bro. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't do that. Feel me? Just gotta take that. You can probably hit him like the f.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What? Yo, I'm sorry, bro. It's just like, it's so crazy how got clothesline in the middle of the sidewalk. Like, literally, WWE suplex, tombstone, like, drag back, MMA style. And everybody's, oh my God. This is just nothing but content to everybody, bro. And it's some people that are celebrating it just because they don't like him. But it's like, nobody should really be beat up like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. This is like, what does this achieve? Nothing. It just makes people more set in their ways because they feel like they're a victim. They victimize themselves in scenarios like this. What the?
What the? Whoa. Hey, bro. Hey, yo, Sneako gang, you gotta move smarter, bro. You gotta move smarter, bro. Cause Streets on Twitter was dead saying just before this, you were saying all gooners should be hung in front of like the city, and all the gooners should die and be hung in front of their loved ones and whatever the f you was saying. You know them gooners don't play. They came out in T-minus 20 minutes and sucked your
the black trucks. We must goon. I mean, was he really lying though? Was he really lying though? I feel like gooning is just like such a net negative in society, bro, because it makes, specifically from the male perspective, because I'm a man, it makes men look at women in a more sexualized way. You know what I mean? And like society, unfortunately, doesn't want to address the harsh truth of what, you know, adult entertainment has done, like gooning has done to relationships and a bunch of other stuff, bro. It's made people way more isolated, but it's empowerment for some reason when women are literally objectifying themselves. I don't have a problem with sex work. You know, you like it, I love it, my baby. Spread that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, saying that about gooners, that they should be hung in the street, is kind of crazy.
He hurt, his spidey senses was tingling. Them gooners don't play, gang. You feel me?
Let him goon. Y'all remember the gooneral? Yo, the gooneral took place like 10 minutes from my crib, bro. That shit is crazy.
Hey, bro. Bro, what the fuck, bro?
Hey, Sneako, just tell us this. Did the cameraman, like, help you beat that ass?
So one of the reasons that I gave in terms of Your Rage was the whole situation where like Your Rage was really close, or is really close, with Cinna, and Sneako had previously made fun of, made light of, or laughed at the situation of stalking that happened to Cinna. So there was her and her friends, they were out live streaming, they get attacked.
No, I'm not gonna lie, that's corny. Laughing at a bunch of women being stalked and harassed by a weird ass grown ass man. What the fuck is funny about that, bro? I'm not gonna lie. When this situation played out, I felt sad for them. Bro, these are girls. If one man could really do damage to 3 girls, I'm gonna be honest with you. Especially like Emaru, she's frail. Valkyrie, she's little as Cinna, she probably the only person that could kind of hold him back. But this was probably before she went to the gym. What is she gonna do? If he really wanted to do damage, they're cooked.
And they come and talk about it online, and Sneako reacts to it.
Can I get your number? I don't know how to use a phone. I'm sorry. Wait. So I'm gonna keep following her.
Thank you
Like,
for
what
coming
the
in,
fuck?
ladies.
Thank you so much.
See you tomorrow, and take care.
I'm gonna keep following her. It's diabolical.
Take care of
He just standing there. See, I wish they would have had a man around. Like, I would have pressed this shit. I'd have been like, yo, what the fuck are you on, bro? Hey, get the fuck walking, bro. Dead ass, bro, I don't play that. I'd have been like, yo, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck is wrong with you? You know? A guy only feels like he could do that because he sees it's majority women around. And it's like, it's one guy. Like, oh my God, bro.
You can. Maybe we should just go.
Oh, yeah, maybe we should.
Yeah. He's getting a little closer. Oh. Ready?
Damn, he f***ed up the whole stream.
I think we're just gonna go.
Let's go.
Why would you say that? Y'all should have just dipped.
Hey, excuse me?
No.
Security?
Emily, no.
Hey,
Stop.
Whoa.
Right now.
What?
Get away from
Hey, what's going on?
Security.
He's harassing us.
What's going on? What's going on, man? Right now. Right now.
Oh my God, did he just charge at the cameraman?
What's going on, man?
right now. You right now.
He said, I'll fucking kill you right now.
Security.
Damn,
please,
the cameraman is, yo, I'm not gonna lie, this cameraman was going crazy. He catching the angles, he holding the perp back. What the
Security.
Yeah, book it. They should have booked that shit. They should have been gone.
Someone literally said I'm gonna give it to them, but they're using it for money. Shut the f up, they're richer than you.
What? Rocking back and forth is a common thing to do when you're stressed. Sneako's a little blank. Someone literally said, I'm gonna kill you to them, but they're using it for money. They're richer than you. Bro. What the f? Sneako thinks Valkyrie and Senna are milking the stalker situation for money. Are you dead ass, bro? Come on, man. This is crazy. That don't even make sense. Why would they do that?
This is not even a good... Bro, look at her, like, it's a joke, first off, okay? The situation is bad, and I said that. Obviously, no girl should go through that. But look at her face right here. She looks like, you know, in the end of Thriller, Michael Jackson, when he's, like, hugging the girl, and he goes... She has the evil face where you can see... She's looking at the chat right now.
You know when you have to explain a joke, that shit's not funny. Like, it's certain times when it's like you shouldn't be cracking a joke. Like, it's certain times when you should just be chilling. Like, they going through some shit, she's over here cracking a smile. But then you're getting mad when somebody's laughing and cracking jokes on you. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Now she's looking at the gifted subs. Her eyes are not on her crying friend. She's looking at the view count. Am I wrong? Like, you guys saying I'm rage baiting. Am I wrong right now? Like, in this situation, you're looking at your friend like, are you okay? Like, do you want a tissue? No, the tissues would drop the view count. Let the tears fly, bitch. Why did she not get her a tissue? Because the views is going up. I'm a streamer. I know how this works. I don't care if I'm not getting a ban on Twitch. Stop rage baiting. Shut the up and leave the stream.
Yeah, he's
like,
straight
I'm
rage
telling the
baiting.
truth right
Even his own chat is telling him like, yo, like you not even really looking at these people as human. Like, they are going through some shit. They're stocked. They just went through some shit. Like, come on, bro. And then here's the thing. No security. Going with no security. Same situation. Running into stalkers and weirdos. And here's the thing. Sneako is a man. That guy punches him in the face. The chances that he could probably take the guy and be able to defend himself just in case maybe he had a knife or something on him is pretty high. If a guy like that had a knife, he's ripping all three of them to shreds. So he's, oh my God, she's over here laughing and blah, 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 blah. But you're getting mad when people are laughing at you. Like, no, bro. And that's normally the thing, bro. People that dish it out can never take it. They can never take it. When it's reciprocated, they can never take it, bro.
It's a bad situation, but they're farming it. It's not controversial. Every streamer
because
knows
it happened on stream. What? If it didn't happen on stream, they wouldn't be farming. It would be like, what are we, huh? I'm sorry, bro. They're farming it. The situation happened on stream. Everybody's seen when it happened. The stream cut off. They handled the situation through the proper authorities. They went with the police. They had an escort back home. I think they had like a marathon or something. So they had to end their marathon early. So they gave everybody an update of all the things that had happened behind the scenes that's being sorted out and how they're feeling in the moment. What are you talking about? What woman is just going to be able to be happy after getting blitzed by some weirdo?
They can look at this frame and see it. Cause it's a thriller night. They give it a gift.
So I previously thought...
Bro, she looked at the screen for like 0.5 seconds and you paused it, bro.
Even at this point, I thought that they were still frenemies. That's the label I gave them. Because at one point, they were cool. There became a point when they started to debate back and forth very on strong topics, but it still seemed like they were cordial. But in this scenario, Sneako seems to want to talk to him, at least in private, called him, and YourRage was not picking up the phone.
Chad, man, you think he was his friend? No, he's going the Poggers route. He don't want to be around him. He wants to be around Valkyrie and all of them, bro. Sneako is all the way right wing. Well, I don't even know what he stands for nowadays, you feel me? But he's all the way on the right. He want to be with Myron. He want to be with Nick Fuentes. He want to be with all Clavicular and all the controversial people, bro. YourRage is not going to touch him with a 10-foot pole. I think the only thing that Sneako really has going for him in like the streamer space, you know, he's very consistent. He works really hard. Even despite the fact that like you don't see any of his clips on TikTok or any of that, the dude be putting in work. But I feel like a lot of the heavy lifting for him in his career is the fact that he put in like such a long time on YouTube. Like he's your favorite YouTuber's favorite. Like he's like your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. You know what I mean? And so I feel like people hold out a lot of hope for him, and they want him to just like get back to the old ways. And he shows like bits and flashes of that, which is why people keep holding out the hope. But he just keeps letting everybody down, letting everybody down, letting everybody down. You know what I'm saying?
However, so it's clear that he's cut him off completely. Sneako would also follow up on YourRage and Jason Lewin's reactions to this again.
YourRage, look, I don't know if he's trying to appeal to the Poggers community or what he's trying to do. He's like, oh, well, you said you were making fun of Cinna because, dude, what, several years? So the reason that YourRage thinks it's okay for Jason Lewin to laugh at me, even after the Nazi salute stuff that he does.
What does that have to do with any of what he said? He said, because you laughed at somebody else, you can't get mad when somebody laughs at you. That has nothing to do with rage. What?
Is that, oh, okay. So, you know what? I saw what Senna said. Respect to her. I appreciate her. And I wouldn't want that to happen to anybody, bro. There was a situation from years ago where I think she got followed around and it looked like she was dragging it a little bit, but like
Gang, she got attacked. The dude rushed at them. The cameraman was holding him back while holding the camera. We just seen it. Talking about, I'm going to kill you right now. What the fuck?
Past. You know? Look, I got stalked. I've been stalked. I've been followed. I've been chased. I was stalked, followed, chased at TwitchCon. I was stalked by a woman, chased, and followed all over New York City by this woman with her tits out, flapping through the city. That situation is funny.
That's not the same. That's not the same. Physically, what could that woman do to you? A woman charging at a man will be able to subdue her pretty quick. Especially if you're a man that's like in the gym. You'll be able to subdue her very quickly. A man running at a woman, what is she going to do in that scenario? Come on, bro. He's like trying to equate it. It's not the same.
It is. Me getting chased out of TwitchCon by some psychopath screaming my name, some freaked out woman, that's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. You know why? Because I'm safe afterwards. Because I got away. You know why it's funny when I get chased around New York City?
So hold on. With that logic, you're safe right now. All he did was chip your tooth. Your nose isn't broken. You're safe right now. So why can't we laugh about it? You're good. I don't see any bruises. Y'all see any bruises? His face looks normal. You would have never thought he got punched. So why can't we laugh? What? That don't even make sense.
Some giant tits flapping around naked in public. It sounds like I'm being facetious. This happened. You guys saw it. Aiden laughed at it. Am I mad at him? No, I'm safe. It's fine. But when people actually get attacked, maced.
They got attacked.
And it could have been way worse. Imagine I was stabbed. Stuff for law. Imagine I was shot.
This is a good point that Sneako's making. And this is something that YourRage got a lot of heat for. Because YourRage, when he was on Kick, he was a little
Granted, I don't think anybody should... Like, realistically, I think everybody did not want him to get injured. Like, honestly, from like a human perspective, bro, I wouldn't want him to actually be like actually hurt and in critical condition. I don't think that's right. I don't think blitzing somebody and punching them in the face is a way to deal with anything. Like, there was people who were like legitimately celebrating the fact that he got punched and they were happy and all that type of shit. I don't think that should happen, bro. You know, because it doesn't achieve anything. If you don't agree with what somebody's saying, especially when it comes down to maybe political or morals or religion or whatever, you can bring that up in conversation and, you know, say what's on your mind to them. And if what you have to say is cohesive and it makes sense, you can pick apart anything that they have to say. That's why, like, whenever I do any reactions to, like, Aiden Ross, like, there was I think Aiden had did he was, like, in a call with Bruce and Silky, and he was talking about ICE. I was just picking apart what he said with Google. I would just open up the Google tab and I was just pulling up stats. Because the truth is the truth. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to pick somebody's argument apart. or have a conversation. That's like where the real work is done. But let's keep going.
Edgy. I mean, the guy's grown up a lot, but the past couple of years, he wasn't much different than what he is right now.
Yeah, I am going to say that, though. YourRage kind of did a 180 in a short amount of time, bro. Like, his character kind of switched up a little quick. From the outside looking in, he was doing, like, the little Nazi cracking Hitler jokes, saying Hitler got aura, and I wouldn't say it just changed out of nowhere, but he just gradually started shifting. And the reason why is because a lot of that humor that he had, a lot of the shit that he thought was funny, you're not going to be able to do a collaboration with Valkyrie. You're not going to be able to do a collaboration with QT Cinderella. You're not going to be able to be around these circles joking around like that. You're just not. You're not. You know, their audiences are very possessive. They don't like edginess. They want everybody to be on the same page socially and politically. And that's why he started doing the drag shit and blah, 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 blah. You know, he's trying to reach a new audience and he's trying to be more mainstream. And the kick side of things, they're alternative. They'll never be mainstream. They have money, but that's because of gambling. All the brand deals come from being aligned with the left.
And right now, he's taking his content in another direction, you know, hanging out with people like Cutie Cinderella, this other side of Twitch. And Sneako is not lying that this guy is doing drag shows at the Super Bowl or something like that. Or, visiting these kinds of alternative places, let's call them that. And this brought in a new audience for YourRage, but it also brought in a parasocial audience that are quite domineering, because Aiden Ross, who you've got to be honest and say Aiden Ross is at least as controversial. I wouldn't say more controversial than Sneako.
No.
But Aiden
Ross is hated. Especially by the poggers community, extremely hated, but he's not more hated than Sneako. People hate Sneako. Like, he made it his whole, like, personality to be controversial and shit like that. I feel like Aiden, he has flashes in the pan. Like, he has a cycle where it'll be like, okay, he's edgy for a little bit, then he apologizes, then he goes through a positivity arc, and then he gets straight back to the bull. And even with the brand risk, I feel like he's just accepted the fact that he wants an alt-right audience. He came out and said it. When Max was like, yo, bro, I don't like the fact that you had Gypsy Crusader on there. This motherfucker's a racist. Like, you know what I mean? And Aiden, you know, he got the support of black people in the beginning, black culture. So it's like, he's kind of now like, I don't need you black people. Get away from me. You know what I mean? And now, and it's kind of like you can just hear it. Like, he wants to be, he's like, it's called brand risk for a reason. He wants to be alternative now. And that's going to come with scrutiny from the left. You're never going to go mainstream. You're never going to get those big appearances. You're never going to get any of that anymore. A lot of the big appearances that he's going to get, he's going to be around Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn, Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be around that crowd. He's not going to be around the mainstream crowd. And the poggers community, they've been hating him for a long time before he even had that arc. And I don't understand why YourRage is even trying to affiliate himself with the poggers community, because they didn't like him either. And Trainwrecks was literally trying to tell him, like, these people are the most transactional people in the world. You see it with Valkyrie and QT Cinderella. They had no choice but to say this on the stream. We're not even really friends. Valkyrie talking about she doesn't have any close friends, and it's the most transactional. This is literally just work relationships, bro. I feel like at least on the WL side, or even with like Aiden, despite the fact that he is a brand risk, those people are a little more genuine than the Pogger side. I'm just being real. But those people hate Aiden because of his politics and who he's affiliated himself with. You know what I mean? So it makes sense for YourRage, if he's trying to move in these circles, to just distance himself from a lot of those people. And they got mad when he went to the brand risk thing. He was like, well, I was there because my friend Chibu was boxing and I pulled up towards the end. Bro, you pull up towards the end every time. You're not watching every You're not watching every boxing match. My controller fell. You're not watching every boxing match. You're pulling up towards the end. You're watching the main fights. You're doing what you're always doing. You're taking your seat. You're having a good time. And then you're just going about your day, bro. But he had to, like, literally word it in a way that made it seem like he didn't want to go, but he was just there supporting a friend. It
has the label of a guy that's blackballed, and
he is blackballed. Well, he's alternative. He isn't blackballed. He's alternative now.
Age only pulled up to Aiden Ross's boxing event, who Aiden Ross has shown a lot of love to Your Rage over many years.
You know what's crazy? Rage used to show a lot of love to Aiden Ross, man. He used to show him a lot of love, saying that he was one of his favorite streamers.
He's never spoken ill of Your Rage. He's never thrown shots at Your Rage, which is something that Sneako has done, like slick shots at the guy and at many other people. So my point that I'm making is that Your Rage has no issue with Aiden Ross, and he doesn't have...
Yeah, I don't think he has an issue. I don't think it's personal. I think it's just I can't collaborate with you because my audience is gonna get mad because I'm collaborating with these people, and even if they wanted to collab with Aiden, it can't happen. It can't happen. You know, they can be cool off camera, but no.
Reason to have a legitimate issue with Aiden Ross, at least publicly. We don't know their private dealings. So he shows up to support his friend, and he gets a ton of hate from his community and his new viewers for showing up to an Aiden Ross event. And Your Rage comes back at them, and he's like, yo, I'm going to support my friend.
Me and Aiden haven't spoken in months, right? We spoke one time in a long time. We've spoken one time in like months. I don't know, 4, 5, I don't know how many months. We haven't had a conversation in months, right? Imagine
having to tell a bunch of people on the internet this. You are a grown-ass man. Like, you've been like, yo, like, I don't talk to him every day, but we've been friends for a while. Like, look at this. YourRage's response after his Twitter community got upset when they spotted him at the brand risk event. You want to be poggers? Now you're having to suffer the poggers tax. This is what happens when you become a poggers creator. This is what I mean. The audiences are possessive of the creators. There is no, I'm going to kumbaya and I'm going to be the rift between the WL community and the kick side and then the poggers. No. You have to pick a stand. You know, there is no a hybrid. You're going to be a WL hybrid. No, bro. You just went full poggers, bro. And this is not hate to your age, because at one point in time, he was one of my favorite streamers, but that's just what happens when you go to poggers route, bro.
Just because he got different views and I got different views and our communities hate each other, we just haven't spoke. Like, on some, no beef or nothing. We just haven't really talked like that. You dig what I'm saying? I'm in LA with Chibu and Silky and the bros. And Chibu's telling me, yo, my next fight, how much it means to him, how much he need this shit, how much he love this shit. Him and Silky training almost every goddamn day when they together. I'm telling him I'm going to the fight to support him. I don't stream it. I go late to where his fight starts.
No, you didn't, bro. No, you didn't. You watched Gypsy Crusader, bro. He was like, damn, I can't believe he won. I wanted Super Hot Fire to win. You watched that fight, bro. Cut the cap. Cut the cap, bro. Cut the cap. Oh, my God. This is crazy.
YG's on my... Like, what? Like what, my nigga? What's wrong with y'all, bro? I'm joining, gang. The way them niggas in the comm was flowing yesterday, bro, last night, gang. I understand niggas be like, yo, having a pin, but y'all drag it and drag it and drag it and drag. Wait, what call do I join? Yo, wait, what call do I join? Oh, I gotta rejoin the Discord because I left that shit. I thought I wasn't gonna be in that shit.
See?
YG too deep in, bro.
That's the poggers,
like,
man.
Dang, they about to be treating me like these political commentators. Got to watch what clothes I wear because of the brand support. This and that. I can't wear those. I'm about to not be able to eat at some places without these going crazy.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, welcome to the poggers community. Let's give them a round of applause, everybody. Welcome in, man. You wanted this. You wanted to be a part of the poggers community, bro. You wanted this. I'm going to be the rift. I'm going to collaborate with everybody. That's what comes with it, bro. And I feel like the thing is, like, the poggers community is really a dying community, bro. All those people are old. Valkyrie, 34. Hassan, 34. Asmongold, even though they're not really like, they're beefing and shit, 35. All those people are older. They're in their 30s, approaching their mid-30s. Why the f*** are you wanting to be around these people who are the most fake, the most transactional people in the world? It's the most performative. I feel like Rage had a good deal. Like, the thing is, you think the poggers community welcomed the WL with open arms? No, they had no choice because they weren't the predominant community anymore. And if they didn't integrate, they would die. And we seen it in full, bro. We seen it a few months ago with literally the Poggers community was saying that the FaZe boys were homophobic and all this type of shit. That's why he went to that drag brunch, by the way, so he could dodge the homophobic allegations. They said that they were homophobic and phobic. They just kept throwing the phobic around, and they could not provide any type of proof. They weren't supplying any clips. They just said it. And no, I think QT Cinderella tried to take up for them. She got a bunch of hate, and then she threw them underneath the bus. That's the people you want to be around, bro. So be it. So be it, bro. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to control you. You can't hang around this people because we don't align with them. You can't wear this. You can't do this. You can't do... You got to play by the rules.
I put up to an event off stream to support my friend in one of his biggest fights ever. Like,
they don't give a fuck.
So Sneako is correct in the sense that, like, yo, you're trying to move to this other side of things, Jason the Ween included, and you're trying to kick me to the curb. But I do think that this shows that Your Rage is not judging the people based off of how controversial they are or what they've said or done, because when he pulled up to the Aiden Ross thing, that was only a couple of months after.
He always goes to brand risk. He lives in Florida. He been knowing Aiden for years. He's been going to brand risk. This is just another event that he goes to. The thing about Rage is that he's not one of these people that's flexing his moral superiority and blah, blah, blah. He comes amongst everybody. He's somebody that has done a good job at building connections with anybody. Like, he built connections with Aiden. He built connections with AMP and specifically Kai. He built connections with Bruce. He built connections with, the FaZe guys and like all that type of shit. He has a lot of connections. He's somebody that can be around anybody. But if you want to extend that shit to the Poggers people and be around those Poggers people, they don't want you to be around everybody. They're like, oh, you're hanging around somebody that's right wing? No. But like people who are WL, they don't see it as, okay, this is your politics. It's, we can put that to the side for right now and get this content. You know what I mean?
After he had Puka, the NFL player, do the hand rub thing, and he got into a bunch of trouble for that, for it being like
and granted, people cook Aiden. Like, you seen when he got in the Discord call, Silky was talking to him, Bruce was talking to him. They're like, bro, you're bugging. You're bugging out.
Reference to some racial trope or meme. And Your Rage was still willing to support Aiden Ross. So I don't think it's the controversy surrounding Sneako for Your Rage as much as it is or was the situation of him laughing at that girl Cinna, and I think something personal that happened between them, not the content that he makes or the opinions that he has. So what Sneako is talking about, Cinna reacted to this situation.
Bruh, they blurred her cleavage, bro.
What happened to Marlon and,
Marlon.
Yeah. Or even, Sneako. Like, you never want to promote people attacking people in public. So, I think you shouldn't promote that. That's never good behavior.
Damn, they blurred the chat. I wanted to see what the chat had to say. Sneako, question mark?
And like, obviously we take that stuff very seriously. So, I having experienced it, I know that firsthand. So, it sucks. I don't care, chat, I don't care. I know you're saying like, oh, well, so-and-so did it. Like, bro, I just don't think you should ever promote that, ever. So, just don't, because
nah,
it's bad.
She's real for that. I fuck with that.
Bad stuff. Or I at least would never, couldn't help myself. Anyways, so you already give the bag so we can do it. Couldn't help myself, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I at least wouldn't.
We are going to Birmingham. We're going to, I think, Birmingham Palace at some point. It's like Birmingham Palace. Someone in Joel's chat said Birmingham. Birmingham Palace is like close-ish. I think it's in London, right?
You want to go to Birmingham?
So here, Cinna was initially reacting to the situation that happened at Marlin, where he got pressed up on.
I'm gonna be honest, she was looking hella good right there, boy. I can't lie. She was looking good as. Oh my god, bro. I'm gonna be honest, I was slick mesmerized for a second. She was looking good, and she was looking in the camera. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. All right, woosah. Breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. We good.
They're cool. They're friends, or they're collaborators. And this was in London, and Sneako's situation comes up, or he's mentioned in the chat, and she's like, yeah, you know, like even Sneako, like we don't want that to happen to anybody. So she wasn't directly reacting to his video. It was initially Marlon, but Sneako just gets brought up, and then Sneako thanks her to a degree.
Your Rage, that was
What?
That was, Jason the Ween, that was, and respect to Sneo for saying that. I don't want anybody to get stalked or followed or get attacked or hurt. I think she had the right opinion on that, and it.
Damn, he got his tooth fixed hella quick. He booked that quick. He went to the dentist super quick, man.
She was trying to be the bigger person in that situation. I appreciate that, and I will say this: if she feels that I was joking too much because I thought she was dragging it, like she did a couple streams talking about like this one situation, like thanks for the subs, and it seemed like it was dragging a little bit. I made fun of that a little bit, but she wasn't be attacked or anything. But
what?
She would be.
So with that same logic, you're dragging this right now, talking about everything all over again. What are we talking about, bro?
Attacked or something? Obviously, would never joke about that, bro. That's just so stupid to try to.
You just did. You did though. You said that they were farming it for views and subs, and that they actually didn't give a fuck. That they were just trying to get paid. That's fucked up, bro. I'm gonna be honest, man. If you're gonna say shit like that, you can't get mad at when people say shit about you, bro. Because every dog has its day, bro. What goes around always comes around, bro. That's what I realized about life. Like, people try to say karma's not a real thing. No, karma is a real thing, bro. Karma is a real thing. Like, you never know until some shit happens to you, and then you like, damn, like, now you know how it feels to be in a situation like that. And I think that from Senna, for her to do that and give him the grace and to, like, put the shit to the side, because, you know, she could have easily dunked on him, and her audience would have been cheering her because he's an easy target. She kept it unbiased, and she kept it real, you know?
Conflate the two issues. And if Senna feels like hurt by that or anything, then I'm sorry, genuinely, because I don't want more streamers to be put in that type of situation. I'm not encouraging that, and I think it's important.
Damn. It took you getting punched in the face to say that?
Now we steer people
No,
away.
no, all seriousness, no. I feel like it sucks that he got punched in the face. Yeah, bro. If you got over 1 million subscribers, you're getting billions of impressions across social media, you need to have security. You need to, especially with somebody like Sneako, bro. I'm surprised you weren't running around with no security, bro, especially after that HH. Like, you need to be moving with somebody there to make sure that you're good.
From that direction.
I think this was a lot of maturity shown for Senna. I do think Sneako is being...
Nah, facts. I think it was a lot of maturity on Senna's part. And I think it was some maturity shown on Sneako's part right here, being able to actually apologize, though. No funny shit.
I think he could have just apologized. He could have just been like, you know what, Senna, the way I handled that situation, I handled it poorly, because the way that he reacted to it, and he says like, oh yeah, you know, she was like, thank you for the subs. Well, he's talking about Valkyrie. Valkyrie was the one in the clip where he was reacting to them.
To run into a store.
Yeah, she's like, oh, we cooking right now. She's like rocking back and forth. She's like, oh, she cooking, right? This going viral. We're getting tier 3. We're getting.
Oh my god, bro. See, this is what happens when you start trying to hunt for the clip, bro. That's why I hate clip farming. Cause it's like you going for the clip at any expense. Like, these women went through some real shit. Like, all cameras aside, and you trying to get your clip. That's the world we live in. That's why somebody feels like they could walk up to you and punch you, because they know they're gonna go viral. That's why somebody feels like, okay, I'm in the same chicken shop as Marlon, right? If I take a picture with him, nobody's gonna give a f. If I crack some jokes with him, nobody's gonna give a f, because I'm not known for being funny. But if I press him and I put the camera in his face, it's gonna go viral, and people are gonna wanna, you know, I can drag the situation a little bit. That's why this behavior is what birthed more situations like that.
Gifted subs, she's like, yeah, they keep crying, man. Sips, come in. Woo! It was so hard. I was so scared. Thank you for the gifted subs. I was fearing for my life. Thank you for all the gifted.
That was not funny.
That somebody was going to kill us, so that somebody would step in and let us in the back. And we were lucky.
So yo, you hear that? Somebody was gonna kill us. The dude was literally talking about, I'm gonna kill you right now. And he cracking jokes and laughing. This girl's pouring out her heart. Holy shit. He's like a bot.
Acting to them, it was Valkyrie that was rocking back and forth and she was the one that was saying like, oh, thank you for the subs. Sneo was kind of like in terror. Like you could tell that she was very, very emotionally harmed by the situation, even when she was recounting.
I feel like Valkyrie got ADHD or something. Cause I be doing that rocking shit too, or I do the thing like you know the little leg bounce thing. Like I be doing that shit too, bro. Or like putting my hands together and shit. It's just like a fixation. I don't think that's like the subs, blah blah blah. I think she's just listening to her and let her pour out her heart and speak. Cause you gotta understand, Valkyrie is old. She's older. She's like 34 years old. She's been doing this shit for like probably well over 10 years, maybe close to like 15 years, maybe even longer than that. You think that's her first run-in with stalkers and people trying to run up on her and shit like that? No. You know, it looks like she's kind of almost jaded, you know? And she's kind of like being like I guess you could say like the big sis in this situation. And then Senna, you know, she's just now kind of like really, especially at that time, like she kind of just started coming up and really planning and doing her own events at that time. So it's like, it's a little different. You know what I'm saying?
The story. And for her to come out and defend Sneako in this scenario, I think it just shows a level of maturity from her, because for Sneako to like understand what she went through, he had to go through the experience of being attacked. And it's not the same as him getting chased around with a lady with huge flappers around, like with her chest out, because that is completely different.
That woman is coming to like troll. If a woman got her titties out and she's coming to troll the shit out of you. She's not coming to actually physically attack you.
He's a guy. And Sneako's a tall guy.
That's what I'm saying. I literally said that. What is that woman gonna do? What the fuck is she gonna do? Nothing. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Yeah, I feel like that was lame as for him to do, bro. Because it's like tone deaf. You know what I'm saying? That shit is like hella tone deaf. It's real up.
He's a skinny guy, but he's a tall guy. You're not getting attacked. You don't feel any type of threat from that lady chasing you around. That's why it's funny. It's funny. Like, you know, there's no threat that could come out of it. But the guy that was chasing these girls around, despite him being short in stature and like a smaller guy.
Man, he look Filipino. Don't let that short shit fool you, bro. Filipinos, they be stocky. Filipino, why you think they all get into boxing? They can throw a punch. If he punches the shit out of Emiru, she's gonna break. She's fragile as shit. Bro, Miss Kip was throwing his phone and she bruised easy. She got a black eye because he threw his phone on her. He'll do damage to her. Valkyrie, she's like 4'11". If he punch her, she's done. Senna, if they fight, he'll f her up. What could they do? If there was no like the cameraman is trying to hold him back and he get in the angles, like, bro, come on. It's not really much that you can do in that scenario, bro.
He could have dealt a lot of pain to these girls if he wanted to. Like it's girls being chased by a man.
Yeah,
those are completely different situations.
Look at him; he's being bold. He's standing, waiting on them because he knows that he can. Who's gonna stop him? Who's gonna press him? They needed a man to go up in there and get up in his face and be like, "Yo, boy, get the f on, bro." You need somebody to get up in his face.
And yeah, they didn't get attacked or physically, but that doesn't mean it's not a terrifying situation for them. And they didn't need to go through being physically attacked to feel for the situation that Sneako had happened to him. So I think Senna did an excellent job in demonstrating how to handle a situation maturely. Like, she could have just jumped on Sneako's back. I don't think she wants a back and forth, because I think she ran it through her mind. Well, she didn't even have to speak on it in general, but she knows that he would just reply back and forth, and now she's getting into a situation with him. YourRage, I think he just doesn't mess with Sneako anymore, unfortunately, because those two had really good content together when they would be on calls and arguing.
They did?
Or just debating. Now, Rage does just get... He starts to rage at a certain point when someone just disagrees with him on a topic that he feels really strongly about. But I do think he's relatively open-minded, and that's why he ends up doing some of the content that he's doing right now. Like, it does seem out of character, but I think in his mind, he's just like, you know what? Let me try some new stuff. Let me see what it's like. you know, stuff that I said I would never do, or not publicly, but in his mind, he was probably like, yo, I'm never, like a couple years ago, he's probably like, yo, I'm never going to some drag show for the Super Bowl and live streaming it. No,
Yeah.
well, actually, I think it would be weirder if he went to that and didn't live stream it. But now he's like, you know what? Let me just try stuff out of my comfort zone. Now, would I be going to that? Absolutely not. Hell no. Not 10 years ago. Not 10 years into the future.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. The most that I ever did, I went to a gay club. I went to a gay club before, but I was with some shorties. All right, the shorties brought it up. They're like, yeah, like I know this one spot, but it's like, it's a gay spot, and it's like mad girls, like it's a friend group of girls. So I'm like, and I'm with my man, so I'm like, and that like one of them was his girl, so I'm like, I mean, fuck it. So we went, but we wasn't there long. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not homophobic by any means, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck if I'm in a gay club. Like, I went there and I was just chilling because I'm secure in my masculinity. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel some type of way. I don't really give a fuck that he went to a fucking drag brunch. I personally wouldn't attend a drag brunch. To each their own. But yeah, he's doing the collaborations and doing the type of content that's going to put him in a position to be more tolerant, to appear more tolerant, which is going to get him more brand deals and more shit like that because they love that. That's marketable. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just how that shit goes. I feel like we're done. Sneako, I feel like he's bugging out a little bit because it's like you can't laugh about a situation when this woman is literally in the same clip, talking about this guy saying that he wanted to kill us and we're hiding and we don't know what we're going to do and blah, blah, blah. And you saying, oh, they just trying to farm subs. You know, that shit just don't even make sense. And then it's like you're saying, oh, this is why you're on doing the Nazi salute and shit. I'm like, well, what correlation does that have? That has no correlation. You know, you can call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Hey, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We are almost to 3,000 subscribers. My YouTube channel has been steady going up. And I appreciate everybody who's been sliding, man. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out.